It's podcast o'clock. Hello, how are you? Welcome to Oma Diary. My name is Oma. You're very sweetheart on radio, TV, social media, and everywhere. Sweetheart everywhere, indeed. Glad to have you join me on this podcast. How are you? How you doing? I believe you're keeping safe. All right. So, in a few months' time, the teenagers will be going back to school. It's not even up to a month. In weeks' time, the teenagers will be going back to school. It's a new session and new challenges, new classes. Teenagers are entering new classes. The question is, what are teenagers' expectations of themselves? Right? What do they expect from themselves, and what should teens expect in a new term, and the coping mechanisms? What should they expect, and how can they cope? Right? We had to get to Victor Mirack from Personal School of Learning, and he did justice to that. We had an amazing conversation on 20th Spot Show, which is on radio and TV Sapiencia, and let's take a listen and hear what he has to say on what teenagers can do differently. Hi everyone, welcome to 28 Spot Show here on Radio Sapienza 95.3 FM Onitsha, original number one. My name is Oma, your very sweetheart on radio, TV and social media. Sweetheart everywhere, you can say that again. Okay, 28 Spot Show is that program we've created for young ones, and basically we've come to realize that teenagers, they have a lot of issues, so we try as much as possible to bridge the gap to help teenagers to realize who they are and to live up their potentials. I have an amazing guest. He is not new on this program. Once in a while we'll bring him in, and he's so passionate about teenagers. That's part of the reasons we'll always bring him on board. I'm talking about Victor Mirack from Personal School of Learning. Victor Mirack, how are you?
Pretty good, always good.
You look good too.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
Glad to have you here with us.
Thank you, ma.
It's always a pleasure to have you join us here. And Victor Mirack was actually sharing something with me. He said very soon, he already started a podcast, right?
Sure.
And very soon he will be coming up with teachings on Facebook. What's your Facebook handle?
Personal School of Learning. Then my YouTube is Victor Mirack. Okay.
And on those platforms, you're teaching life skills.
Exactly.
Skills that will help a teenager. You know, even as a parent, as a guardian, you need to watch and listen to these teachings, because it will help you to know how to help your teenager navigate the waves we are in right now.
Yeah.
Because all of it, you know. All right, so today on the program we'll be talking about what should teenagers expect, you know, in a new term. And of course we're going to look at the coping mechanisms. You know, before you know it, the school will reopen, and once the school reopens, everybody will be in the next class. Exactly. And I've come to realize, do you know that teenagers even face depression? Teenagers are tensed. Sometimes they're under a lot of pressure, especially when it's a new term. They're under a lot of pressure. You know, the essence of having this program is to help them. I believe by the end of this program, by the end of this discussion, teenagers listening to us will believe in themselves, right? And they will know how to take things one step at a time. Okay, so let's start. First of all, can you give us an overview of what a teenager should expect in the new term, you know, basically?
All right. First of all, I would like to say that what a teenager or a student should expect in the new term, which has to do with the new academic section, is simply the expectation of the teachers and the parents.
Expectation of the teachers and the parents. What do you mean by that? Tell us more.
It is not what you expect. It is what the school authority expects from you and what your parents expect from you.
Okay, let's one by one.
Now, what the boat expects from you is an upgrade.
Okay.
We want something exceptional from you.
Okay.
We want you to do extremely well in school. We want you to behave well. So once you are able to behave well and then upgrade your academic performance, the both parties are happy with you. In fact, that is what they expect from you. Anything short of that is on your own.
Okay.
So the new section the major thing we should be looking at now are the things that parents will see basically academically from their children, and what school will see from their students, and they'll be impressed.
Okay.
Example, I met with my boss 2 days ago, and then he told me about a result of one student from one school.
Okay.
Right, so it was outstanding. 5 A1s.
Wow.
Others Bs.
Okay.
And the striking thing there is mathematics A1, physics A1, chemistry A1.
Wow.
And they now said there's another one who got 7 A's, 7 A1, the same school.
See, I'm having goosebumps. So.
All right, so that alone will give the principal joy, the owner of the school joy, bring up the pride of the school and the pride of the parents. So who is that parents and who is that school? They will not be happy. So that is actually what is the expectation of the parents and the school, which should be and form the expectation of every student in next semester.
Okay.
Next
academic section. Okay. When we talk about it in this way, won't it look as if we are adding and putting so much pressure on the individual who is the teen, who is a student? Because it's, if you say a student should impress the school and impress the parents, what about the student, him or herself? What is their state of mind? You know, because I want us to see it from the angle that the student should understand that what I'm doing, I'm also doing it for myself. Because I believe that a lot of young people, we've lost them because to them it seems as if they don't know that what they are in school for themselves.
Okay.
They feel they are in school for their parents, for the school owner. They now forget themselves. Now, I want us to bring the students, the individualism, the individual into the equation. Now, what is the benefit? What will a student benefit by actually impressing the school and also impressing the parents?
In impressing the school and impressing the parents, you derive joy for yourself.
Okay.
Because the society will celebrate you.
Okay.
One, the society will accommodate you. The society will celebrate you. And then once the society celebrates and accommodates you, it brings up self-joy.
Okay.
For crying out loud, no student will be happy coming into the same school that others came into. And then they are celebrating others, whereas they're not celebrating. So, whichever thing you will do, whatever thing you are going to do, you must know that the first reason you were sent to school is to study.
Okay.
And we are talking about the next academic section here, which the pivoted call of school is for you to improve academically. In as much as the moral aspect is still there, but the pivoted call is to improve academically. So, if a student is there, no student should think that I'm in school for any other thing. You're in school to study. All right. So, if a student is having another mindset apart from this, something is wrong somewhere. The primary mindset is that I'm here to study. I'm here to do well. Now, truth be told, if a student comes to school and is 100% morally inclined or approved, and yet academically declined, he has not succeeded. Because school is not actually bringing you in for you to just be morally trained. You can actually get that home. The reason your parents brought you to school is to study and to improve. So if there is anything you are seeing apart from that, there's an error somewhere.
Okay.
So every child, every student must know that the reason I'm in school is to improve myself academically. So he has to derive joy. She has to derive joy when she's doing well. And she has to be sad and pity himself or herself if she's not actually improving.
Is it like sad or pity, or like trying to maybe let's
for me now, if I'm in school and I am not doing well, I will not be happy.
Okay.
Frankly speaking, I will not be happy. Why? Because this is the reason I'm here. So why will I dress well 100%, morally trained 100%, even spiritually 100%, and then coming to my result, 0.
Now let's come from that aspect, because there are students who they are struggling. I don't like using the word. If I had a conversation with someone recently, and we were talking about the way communication. Communication matters in everywhere.
Everywhere.
Communication
every
is
facet
life.
of life. Yes.
Communication. You see, media. Communication. It is life. How you communicate thoughts, ideas matters. So, for a student right now who is struggling with his or her academics, what can we do differently to help that student to believe in himself or herself and to know that I can do better? I need us to use specific methods.
All right. Now, this is what I have been training students on. Well, basically, I wish I would have an avenue where I can sit with parents.
Okay. Parents are also listening.
There are things I need to say.
Okay, go ahead.
If your child must do well, you have 95% role to play. 5% is school.
Okay.
Now, the motivation that you bring to the table matters.
Okay.
Let me tell you, parents that are listening to us, the first thing you need to do to improve and help your child is to speak up your child. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Speak up your child. How do you speak up your child? Don't just talk to them. Go and bring real life examples of people who were once down, who later stood up. When I run trains for my students, for my pupils, see what I tell them. The way I will be teaching, the way I will be handling things, they'll be like, Mirack, we love the way you teach. Some of them will be like, Mirack, just come and teach us anything. Anything. I said, I'm not your teacher now. Say, just come, teach us anything you want to teach us. Now, one of the things I tell them is this. Anytime they see me, they are surprised. Mirack, you're not a professional. You do this, you do that. I say, let me tell you something you don't know. I wasn't like this before.
Okay.
And I say to them, I was unpacking my bag one day and I discovered that I saw a result of my JS3.
Wow.
And my JS3, I saw 15 subjects that I took. And I saw only 1P. 1P, meaning I had 14 Fs.
You're not kidding me.
I'm telling you the truth.
Wow.
That's why I said parents should share real life examples. That is the psychological way to lift off every load of timidity, dryness in them. So immediately I say this thing, all of them were, oh, Mirack is not true. Mirack is not true.
Honestly, me and Mama,
how can I be like? I can't lie.
Now.
I wish I could still go back, bring that result. In fact, for crying out loud, my mom was the one that brought it out. And so I said, no, it's not my result. I said, nah, it's not my result. They say, see, no, it's not. It's your name, because they marvel at the way I handle things.
Wow.
And so I said,
you studied which?
I studied mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
What explains someone that had only 1P with Fs studying mechanical engineering? Please
that's the point.
Please share.
There is a zeal I had in me. I knew I wanted to become something, but I wasn't becoming that thing.
Okay.
Right? So I was having issues going to fro up front and just dangling like that. But there is this drive. I want to become better. In fact, that was what drove me into studying mechanical engineering.
Okay.
I had to my dad was working in a factory then, and every time I go to the factory I discovered they are always struggling doing things manually and stuff like that. So I woke up to one of them one day and I asked, can't you have a machine that can do this? And they said there's a machine. I can say, okay, there's a machine, which means a machine can be designed. They said, yeah, it can be doing that. Listen, and I said, okay, what subjects can somebody read in school to help him know about this machine? They told me. And I said, okay, will I be a science or art? They say science. That was how I entered science. From entering science, after everything I was asking, what are the subjects I need to pass to make me go into the university to study a course related to this? They say you're going to study mechanical engineering. These are the subjects you're going to pass. I moved into those subjects.
Wow.
Now, in as much as I was failing them, But because of what I was seeing before me and what I want to become, I pressed on.
Wow.
In fact, I studied like mad, to the point that when I go to my parents' shop, I will carry my book, go there, say a little. When customers reduce, I'll get back to the book, read a little, return. Even when I go to take my bath, I carry it, keep on top of this thing. Do small. That was funny things I did when I was actually growing up. In fact, at a point, I will come to the sitting room, assume that the cushions, the fan, the television, everything there are students. I'll try to be practicing things that this is where I want to go. This is what I want to become. So that self-motivation of this is what I actually want to be. Now, at the end of the day, God helped me to actually actualize that. Now, the point I'm trying to make here. Yeah.
All this while I've known you. Amazing. Amazing.
Now, that's what I'm trying to say. When I share this real life experience, it gives my students this boost. That, wow, so Mirack, you were once like this. And now you teach without textbooks. Frankly speaking, by God's grace, I can actually teach so many subjects and topics without the textbook.
Wow.
I just need to have the marker or have the pen. I'll stand up. And the way I do that, so when I share that, some persons were like, they get revived. So that is one thing I'm saying. If parents can learn how to bring real life examples of people who failed.
Another thing, when you had that issue in your academics, how did your parents cope with it?
My parents are wonderful ones. My parents didn't go to school, but they love school. They can spend their dime, every bit of money they have, to make sure that you go to school. Even if things are hard, let them not buy clothes for themselves. But you must have to go to school. And my mom will always tell you, know how. If somebody tries to do guy for you because he's intelligent, drop the person and go and do well, and come back to tell the person that you can. So that energizer was there. And that is what parents should do. Don't just tell them stories. Don't just tell them no, don't you say no. Bring it to them, closely to them. Let them feel it. Let them know that, hey, you can still become the best. That is one way to psychologically help to energize the energies of their mind to do extremely well. So that's the first thing that parents should do. Then the second thing that parents should do is to conduct an academic performance assessment.
Okay.
Conduct an academic performance
How can
assessment.
that one be done?
Now, please, every parents listen. You need to do a whole lot of work on your children. Don't leave it to school.
Okay.
School can do their own work, but don't just leave it to school. Now, how do you do academic performance assessment? Do it. What is it even all about? Is simply taking a stock of the academic performance of your child in the previous section and in the section that just concluded. You check junior com, for instance. Okay, in first term you scored, let me take mathematics for instance. In first term you scored so and so. Okay, in second term you scored so and so. So junior, did you upgrade or did you go down? Then junior's energies of the mind will now be converged to take a critical look at his performance. Now junior says, okay, mommy, I didn't do well, or I did well. All right, now having done that, let's check through all other ones. Now the next thing that the parents should do is to do what we call gap check. Gap check is simply has to do with checking the score difference of students who are below or above you. Very, very important. Please, parents should listen. When you call the attention of your child and you people begin to do a gap check, it means that I am checking whether if you improved in this past academic section, or if you didn't improve. Now, these two must be done. Follow me very well.
Okay.
Now, what needs to be done now is, I am not talking of checking the grade difference or the position difference, because somebody can take first position, you take second position, or 20 position or 21st position, but that is not what we are looking at. The innermost stuff that matters. And what is it? The score. Now, why did I point out this score? Now, if someone took first and your child junior took third, now junior mommy will call Junior and say, let's do a gap check. Junior, I know you took third. Third is good. But let's check. The person that took first and second, how many score? What is the gap they gave you? So when you check the score gap, you will not know whether it has a thin or a slim line. If it has a slim line, then you tell Junior, which means if you do extremely well, if you do just add a little, you discover that he got, for instance, 75, you got 73 or 71. So which means you are near to hitting against this person. So put more pressure.
Okay.
Put extra work.
Okay.
Junior have seen that it's just small thing, because sometimes when the person they said he's first, I'm second, you don't know that it may be a thin line that differentiated you guys. So which means you need to put a little bit effort, and then you speed up. When your child is aware of this gap, your child will now find a way to move up. Now check downline. I've just talked about upline. Check the down. The downline is this. Junior, if you are third, check the person that is fourth and fifth. Did you know that if you are nonchalant, if you are reluctant, the person that is fourth may even be close to you that you don't know? Which means if you are nonchalant, the person can add a little effort and then push you down and climb. So which means both the person taking first position, taking third position, any position, you must check your upline and your downline. The people that are higher than you that you're anticipating to go to meet, the people that are even down that may even pull you down and climb. Now when parents shows their children this, now every child is now saying, okay, so which means I should either maintain my state or make sure that I don't drop, or ensure that I even go up and pull somebody down and climb up.
Do they need to pull someone down?
Exactly. Exactly.
No,
What I mean by pulling somebody down,
okay.
what I mean by pulling somebody
Not
down
in
in this
way.
context, not in the wrong way. What I mean is, hey, study harder.
Okay.
Take the position of that person.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
It is allowed, for crying out loud. Did your parents buy first position for you and keep them? If you are taking first position every time, I should tell myself, why can't I take the same first position?
Right.
So I have to pull myself up, push myself to the top to get to that same place. That is the right.
That's the right.
Thing.
way,
I'm not saying in the negative way. So that particular work should be done by parents, because psychologically it calls the mind of the child into those nitty-gritties that they forget, not knowing that this is actually what pulled them down. For crying out loud, do you know that if the devil wants to track us down, what the devil does is he uses some infinitesimal things, small bit by bit stuff, and he'll be creeping in. Before you know what is happening, you are off.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's the same thing. Those small marks that you neglected are what actually made the person stay on top. So which means when you know some of these things, you put extra effort to make sure that you move up. Then the next thing that parents must do after unveiling this, because you are trying to help a child do well, the next thing you're going to do is to design what we call reward system.
Okay. Beautiful.
Reward system works everywhere in the whole world, in the whole system of life. Reward system works. What is reward system? Reward system is what you put up to encourage a child,
Okay.
to motivate a child,
Okay.
to boost the child's effort.
Morale.
Because when somebody might say, must you give them, don't you think that they were adapted to that? Let me tell you, even in school setting there is reward system. Anytime you remove result and grade in school, students will be nonchalant.
True.
Nobody will want, what are we killing ourselves for? To go and study. At the end of the day, I could remember one of the days, a particular course was introduced in a school. The question the students were asking is, will it be marked?
Okay.
Will it be added in our results?
Okay.
If it will not reflect, all of them, we are nonchalant about it. That's the reward system. The reward system is a system of encouraging someone to keep going. So every parent should know that I should design a reward system where I can say, Junior, if you are able to get this thing like this, I'm going to take you out. For instance, I'm going to buy something for you. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do. There should be something that will motivate them, something that is exceptional that you've not been doing before. It's part of what will make Junior to say, okay, we are entering a new academic section. I need to improve, because number one, my mom will always find time to laugh with me, celebrate with me, do small
and
things
buy
that
me
have not
something.
buy me something, take me out, take me to the zoo, we go and see movie, and so like, some things that are exceptional.
Yeah.
Those things are energizers.
Yeah.
They can actually help to boost. So if parents can walk through these pathways, it is one way to steer their child up for the next academic section.
Okay. Now, quickly, in 1 minute, how can the teenager complement the parents' work? 1 minute.
How you can complement? If you know that mommy and daddy are putting all these efforts to see that you are on top, the best thing you should do for yourself is to give her time to study.
Okay. Give
your time to study. Ensure that you do all you can by studying harder to make them happy.
And it's possible.
100% possible. In fact, in one of my shows, maybe next time, I'm going to debug on how strategic study plan. Strategic study plan is extremely necessary.
Let me write that down.
Strategic study plan extremely necessary. Because if a child knows about this strategic study plan, you discover that it is not how long you studied that matters. How well and how strategic you are in your studying.
Okay.
Just like I used to tell some persons that most schools, if not all schools now, don't have time to begin to research questions. Please go and study Prep 50.
You've said that before.
I've said that before.
You've said that before.
And a student even complained.
You've said that before.
A student complained to me, Sir Mirack, they said exam and it was hard. What they teach didn't come out. I say what they teach didn't come out. Did what they said, did it reflect in your scheme of work? Said yes, but the teacher didn't teach it. Did I tell you to go and study Prep 50? He said yes. Did you study it? She said no. I said go out, get out. You are not serious. Because common sense will save you all this nonsense.
Exactly. I think we've run out of time. If I allow you, you're going to talk and talk and talk. Just like you said, common sense will save you from a lot of things, and you will not make a lot of mistakes. Thank you so much, Victor Mirack. For sharing your experience with us. I believe that all the teenagers that listen to us today, and the parents as well, they've learned so well. They've learned so much from what you've shared. You've heard it from him. Parents, please do your due diligence to ensure that you help your teenager to become the very best. And as a teenager, please complement all the efforts of your parents. And please, school, let us work together to ensure that we have an amazing teenager. My name is Oma, your very sweetheart on radio, TV, social media, sweetheart everywhere. Remember, Sir Victor. Did I call Sir Victor? Sir Victor Mirack. Yes, he's Sir Victor Mirack from Personal School of Learning, and he will be hosting his podcast on YouTube, Victor Mirack, right? Mirack. Then on Facebook, you can catch up with him, Personal School of Learning. Okay, and I'm going to put up his links on my Facebook page. That's Oma Sweetheart on Radio. And I think he really did justice to that. You can attest to me, So as a parent, please speak up your child. Speak up your teenager, right? Make him or her believe in themselves that they can do so much more. And as a teenager, please believe in yourself. It doesn't matter whether you're struggling right now. It won't be forever. There is light at the end of the tunnel. My name is Oma, your very sweetheart on radio, TV, social media, sweetheart everywhere. I look forward to you having an amazing and beautiful session filled with so much success, and we wish you the very best. Do see you next time on another podcast. Do have a great time. Bye-bye.